Hey guys, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? It's your girl. Uh, Virgo, Jibba Jam, Aquarius, Pisces. I don't know what y'all got going on. I didn't mess up my damn scene. They had it looking good. You guys don't fuck with me. But anyway, this was the message that was given to me. Um, asked me why I don't know. Told me to find the fallen angels that was for y'all sign and other things. And Samson and Delilah. Fuck. And bitch better have my money. So I don't know if somebody owe y'all or y'all owe somebody. Oh man, what's my thing? But that's the message that I got for y'all. Okay. That's why it's so long. All right, let's get started. I'm supposed to be reading out the Bible first. The story of Samson and Delilah. Y'all take it in the way y'all take it. Okay. Starting with the birth of Samson. It says the birth of the hand of the Philistines for 40 years. Now there was a certain man from Zurah, the family, and the Dantes, whose name was Manoah, and his wife was barren and had no children. And the angel of the Lord, you shall conceive a son. Now therefore, please be careful not to drink wine or similar drink, and not to eat anything unclean. Behold, you shall conceive and bear a son, and no razor shall come upon his head, for the child shall be a Nazareth of God from the womb, and he shall begin to deliver Israel out of the hand of the Philistine. I did close that. So the woman came and told her husband, saying, a man of God came to me, and his countenance was like the countenance of an angel of God, very awesome. But I did not ask him where he was from. Unclean, for the children shall be a Nazareth to God from the womb to the day of his death. Then Naomi prayed to the Lord and said, Nanoah, and O Lord, please let me, the man of God, whom you sent, come to us again. What we shall do for the child who will be born. And God listened to the voice of Noah, and the angel of the Lord came to the woman again as she was sitting in the field. But Noah, her husband, was not with her. Then the woman ran in haste, told her husband, and said to him, look, the man who came to me the other day has just now appeared to me. So then Noah arose and followed his wife. When he came to the man, he said to him, are you the man who spoke to his wife? Said, now let your words come to pass. What will be the boy's rule of life and his work? So the angel of the Lord said to her husband, of all that I said to the woman, let her be careful. She may not eat anything that comes from the vine, nor may she drink wine or similar drink, nor eat anything unclean. All that I commanded her, let her observe. Then her husband said to the angel of the Lord, please let us detain me. I will not eat your food, but if you offer a burnt offering to the Lord, what is your name? That when your words come to pass, we may honor you. And the angel said to him, why do you ask my name, seeing it is wonderful? So her husband took the young goat with the grain offering and offered it upon the altar of the Lord. And he did a wondrous thing while her husband and his wife took on. It happened as a flame went up towards heaven from the altar. The angel of the Lord ascended in the flame of the altar. When her husband and his wife saw this, they knew that he was the angel of the Lord. And her husband said to his wife, we shall surely die because we have been seeing God. But his wife said to him, if the Lord had this desire to kill us, he would not have accepted a burnt offering and a grain offering from our hands, nor would he have shown us all these things, nor would he have told us such things as these at this time. So the woman bore a son and called his name Samson. And the child grew, and the Lord blessed him. And the Spirit of the Lord began to move upon him at Mahanath Dan, between Zorah and Eshtaol. Okay, I know this kind of lengthy, but okay. Now Samson went down to, Samson was going, okay, getting bigger, to Timnah and saw a woman, the daughters of the Philistines. So he went up and told his father and mother, saying, I have seen a woman in Timnah of the daughters of the Philistines. Is there no woman among the daughters of your brethren or among all you of my people that you must go and get a wife from the uncircumcised Philistine? And Samson said to his father, get her for me, for she pleases me well. His father and mother did not know that it was the Lord, that he was seeking an occasion to move against the Philistines. For at that time the Philistines had dominion over Israel. So Samson went down to Timnah with his father and mother and came to the vineyards of, let me spell it, Timnah. Now, to his surprise, a young lion came roaring against him. And the Spirit of the Lord came mightily upon him, and he tore the lion apart, as one would have torn apart a young goat, though he had nothing in his hand. But he did not tell his father or his mother what he had done. Then he went down and talked with the woman, and she pleased Samson well. After some time, when he returned to get her, he turned aside to see the carcass of the lion. And behold, a swarm of bees and honey on the carcass of the lion. He took some of it in his hands and went along eating. When he came to his father and mother, he gave some to them, and they also ate. But he did not tell them that he had taken the honey out of the carcass of the lion. So his father went down to the woman. Okay. And Samson gave a feast there, for young men used to do so. And it happened when they saw him that they brought 30 companions to be with him. Then Samson said to them, let me pose a riddle to you. If you can correctly solve and explain it to me within the 7 days of the feast, then I will give you 30 linen garments and 30 changes of clothing. But if you cannot explain it to me, then you shall give me 30 linen garments and 30 changes of clothing. And they said to him, pose your riddle, that we may hear it. So he said to them, out of this eater came something to eat, and out of the strong came something sweet. Now for 3 days they could not explain the riddle. But it came to pass on the 7th that they said to Samson's wife, entice your husband, that he may explain the riddle to us, or else we will burn you and your father's house with fire. Have you invited us in order to take what is ours? Is that not so? And Samson's wife wept on him and said, you only hate me. You have not loved me. You have posed a riddle to the sons of my people, but you have not explained it to me. And he said to her, look, I have not explained it to my father or my mother, so should I explain it to you? Now she had wept on him the 7 days while their feast lasted. And it happened on the 7th day that he told her, because she pressed him so much. Then she explained that the riddle to the sons of her people. So the men of the city said to him on the 7th day before the sun went down, what is sweeter than honey, and what is stronger than a lion? And he said to them, if you had not plowed my heifer, you would not have solved my riddle. And the Spirit of the Lord came upon him mightily, and he went down to Ascalon and killed 3 of their men, took their apparel, and gave the changes of clothing to those who would explain the riddle. So his anger was aroused, and he went back up to his father's house. And Samson's wife was given to his companion, who had been his best man. I was supposed to put that last name. I was supposed to say it when I get on. Okay, so they gave his wife to somebody else when he came back. After the time of wheat harvest, it happened that Samson visited his wife with a young goat. And he said, "Let me go into my wife into her room." But her father would not permit him to go in. Her father said, "I really thought that you thoroughly hated her. Therefore, I gave her dead." And Samson said to them, "This time I should be blameless regarding the Philistines if I harmed them." Then Samson went and caught 300 foxes, and he took torches, turned the foxes tail to tail, and put a torch between each pair of tails down. When he had set the torches on fire, he let the foxes go into the standing grain of the Philistines and burned up both the shocks and the standing grain, as well as the vineyards and the olive groves. The Philistines said, "Who has done this?" And they answered, "Samson, the son-in-law of Timonite, because he has taken his wife and given her to his companion." So the Philistines came up and burned her and her father with fire. Samson said to them, "Since you will do a thing like this, I will surely take revenge on you, and after that I will cease." So he attacked him hip and thigh with a great slaughter. Then he went down and dwelt in the cliff of the rock of Itaman. I'll say so. Oh, it was Samson. Okay. He attacked him. Now the Philistines went up, encamped in Judea, and deployed themselves against. "Why have you come up against us?" So they answered, "We have come up to arrest Samson, to do to him as he has done to us." Then 3,000 men of Judea went down to the cliff of the rock of Etam and said, "What is this you have done to us?" And he said to them, "As they did to me, so have I done to them." But they said to him, "We have come down to arrest you, that we may deliver you into one of the Philistines." Then Samson said to them, swear to me that you yourselves." So they spoke to him, saying, "No, but we will tie you securely, and deliver you into their hand. But we will surely not kill you." And they bound him with 2 new ropes and brought him up from the rock. When he came to Lehi, the Philistines came shouting against him. Then the Spirit of the Lord came mightily upon him, and the ropes that were on his arms became like flax that is burned with fire, and his bonds broke loose from his hands. He found a fresh jawbone of a donkey out his hand and took it and killed 1,000 men with it. Then Samson said, "With the jawbone of a donkey, hips upon hips, with the jawbone of the donkey, I have slain 1,000 men." And so it was when he had speaking that he threw the jawbone from his hand and called that place Ramah. Then, then he became very thirsty. So he cried out to the Lord and said, "You have given this great deliverance from the hand of your servant, by the hand of your solo place that is Lehi." Therefore he called it name Ella, no, Enhakko, which is in Lehi to this day. And he judged Israel 20 years in the days of the Philistines. Now Samson went to Gaza and saw a harlot there and went into her. When the Gazites told, "Samson has come here," they surrounded the place and laid in wait for him all night at the gate of the city. Now they were quiet all night, saying, "In the morning When it is daylight, we will kill him. And Samson lay low till midnight. Then he arose at night, took hold of the doors of the gate of the city and the two gateposts, pulled them up, bar and all, put them on his shoulders, and carried them to the top of the hill that faces Hebron, Hebron. Afterwards, it happened that all he loved. After it happened that he loved the woman in the valley of Sorek, Sorek, whose name was Delilah. And the Lord's angels came up to her and said to her, entice him and find out where his great strength lies, and by what means they overpower him, that we may bind him to afflict him. And every one of us will give you 1,100 pieces of silver. So Delilah said to Samson, please tell me where your great strength lies, and with what you may be bound to afflict. You may be bound to her if they bind me with 7 fresh bowstrings, not yet dry. And the Lord Philistines brought up to her 7 bowstrings, not yet dry. And she said to him, the Philistines are all you, Samson. But he broke the bowstring on. Then Delilah said to Samson, look, you have mocked me and told me lies. Now, please, you may be bound with. So he said to her, if they bound me secretly with new ropes, and Delilah took new ropes and bound him and said to him, the Philistines are upon you, Samson. And men were lying in wait, staying in the room. But he broke them off his arms like a thread, and he still didn't leave it, right? Okay. Delilah said to Samson, until now you have mocked me and I told me lies. Tell me what you may be bound with. And he said to her, if you weave the 7 locks of my head into the web of the loom. So she weaved it tightly with the batten of the loom and said to him, the Philistines are upon you, Samson. But he awoke from his sleep and pulled out the batten of the web from the loom. Then she said to him, how can you say I love you when your heart is not with me? You have mocked me these 3 times and have not told me where your great strength lies. And it came to pass when she pressed him daily with her and pressed him, so that his soul has ever come upon my, for I come upon my head, for I have been a Nazarene to God from my mother's womb. If I am leaving, then my strength will leave me, and I shall become weak as any other man. Why the fuck did he tell her that? Had told her all his heart. She sent and called for the lords of the Philistines, saying, come up once more, for he has told me all his heart. So the lords of the Philistines came up to her and brought the money in their hand. Then she lulled him to sleep on her knees and called for a man and had him shave off the 7 locks of his head. Then she began to torment him as before at other times and shave myself free. But he did not know that the Lord had departed from him. Then the Philistines took him and put out his eyes and brought him to Gaza. They bound him with bronze fetters, and he became a grinder in the prison. However, the hair of his head began to grow again after it had been shaven. Now the lords of the Philistines gathered together to offer a great sacrifice to Dagon, their God, and to rejoice. And they said, our God has delivered into our hands Samson, our enemy. When the people saw him, they praised their God, for they said, our God has delivered into our hands our enemy, the destroyer of our land, and the one who multiplied our dead. So it happened when their hearts were merry that they said, call for Samson that he may perform for us. So they called for Samson from the prison, and he performed for them. And they stationed him between the pillars. Then Samson said to the lad who held him by the hand, let me feel the pillars which support the temple, so that I can lean on them. Now the temple was full of men and women. all the lords of the Philistines were there, about 3,000 men and women on the roof watching while Samson performed. Then Samson called to the Lord, saying, O Lord God, remember me, I pray. Strengthen me, I pray, just this once, O God, that I may with one blow take vengeance on the Philistines for my 2 eyes. And Samson took hold of the 2 middle pillars which supported the temple, and he braced himself against them, one on his right and the other on his left. Then Samson said, Let me die with the Philistines. And he pushed with all his might, and the temple fell on the lords and all the people who were in there. So the dead that he killed at his death were more than he had killed in his life. And all his father's household came down and took him and brought him up and buried him between Purah and Eshtaol in the tomb of his father Manoah. He had judged Israel 20 years. Okay. Now there was a man from the mountains of Ephraim whose name was 1,100 shekels of silver that were taken from you, and on which you put a curse, even saying in my ears, Here is the 7 silver with me. I took it. And his mother said, May you be blessed by the Lord, my son. So when he had returned the 1,100 shekels of silver to his mother said, I had wholly dedicated the silver from my hand to the Lord for my son to make a curved image and a molten image. Now, therefore, I will return it to you. Thus he returned the silver to his mother. Then his mother took 200 shekels of silver and gathered them to silversmith, and he made it into a carved image and a molten image, and they were in the house of Mecca. And the man Mecca had a shrine and made an ephraim and household idols. And he constructed, consecrated one of his sons, who became, whatever it said, his priest. In those days, there was no king in Israel. Everyone did what was right in his own eyes. Now, there was a young man from Bethlehem in Judea, of the family of Judea. He was a Levite and was staying there. The man departed from the city of Bethlehem in Judea to stay wherever he could find a place. Then he came to the mountains of Ephraim, to the house of Mechan, as he journeyed. And Mechan said to him, Where do you come from? So he said to him, I am a Levite from Bethlehem in Judea, and I am on my way to find a place to stay. Mecca said to him, Dwell with me and be a father and a priest to me, and I will give you 10 shekels of silver per year, and suit of clothes, and for sustenance. So the Levite went in. Then the Levite was content to dwell with the man, and the young man became like one of his sons to him. So Mecca consecrated the Levite, and the young man became his priest and lived in the house of Mecca. Then Mecca said, Now I know that the Lord will be good to me, since I have a Levite as priest. Okay, that's all of it. Okay, that was the story of Samson and Delilah. Okay. Okay. Next thing we had, gonna be lengthy, so it is what it is. I'm saying what I say, whatever. Okay. Next thing would be um, okay. Virgo. The maiden is the 5th sign in the zodiac, represents those born between August 23rd and September 22nd. Virgo as a goddess. Virgo is the goddess of innocence and purity. Astrea, Astraea. According to the creation myth, Zeus sent Pandora down to earth as a punishment to man. Because of her curiosity, she opened the box the gods had warned her not to, and let the plagues of hate, envy, sickness, etc. come out to the world. Of course, hope did not escape, but the earth was just unbearable. One by one, the gods returned to the heavens to live. Ashura was the last to leave. Okay. Constellation of Virgo. She became the constellation of Virgo, and according to legend, when the golden age comes again, Ashura will return to the earth. So we're in the golden age of Aquarius, right? So Astraea will return to the earth. Virgo in astrology. Virgo is an earth sign. People typically analytical, hardworking, and practical. Okay. I was supposed to do the fallen angels first. My fault. Go ahead and finish Virgo then. Disturbance in the astrological forces. What you think you know about the zodiac may be a lie. The sign you think you were born under is different. To hear astrology, winks tell it. The dates for the Western zodiac calendar have compromised and shifted later by a few weeks. If you were a Virgo born before mid-September, so the story goes, you are a Leo. Now, August 10th to September 16th, congratulations. There's a 13th sign too of Fucus. People born between November 29th, December Fucus. Your new talents include agriculture and snake bearing. With all the chaos in heaven, one might think that Mercury is to blame. But there is no rigid planet of fault, just an informative blog post aimed at children. In January, NASA wrote a brief history of how the Western zodiac came to be. The zodiac is grounded in history more than science. In short, the Babylonians created the zodiac as we know it about 3,000 ago. Imagine a lesser being that shoots from Earth. It's not what I'm supposed to be. Okay, get to the point. Okay. All right. There's it. Sorry, y'all. Okay. Okay, here you go. We leave behind the roaring lion. This is the story behind Virgo. We leave behind the roaring lion and embrace the humble virgin. As a mutable sign, Virgo strives to bring order and perfection to the world through the alchemical synthesis and paradox. She carries fire and grain, and Virgo is a female sign and is ruled by Mercury, or Ceres, the Roman goddess of the harvest. Despite these modern suggestions, Mercury is exalted in Virgo and adds another layer of symbolism to the healing modify of the sign. Virgo is balanced and complemented by the opposite sign of Pisces, ruled by Jupiter and Neptune. The Virgo Golf looks like an M with a loop that represents a serpent's head borrowed into the earth. This is the cord Kundalini serpent, embellishing the sign's containment and potential mastery of Shishaki TI, the inner fire, a consciousness grounded in the body. Compare this to Scorpio graph, where the circle's head rises upwards. The loop also forms the shape of the VESICA. I can remember how to say that. PISCIS, a symbol of the union of opposites, connected with sacred geometry and divided female in the form of yoni. Constellation of Virgo is said to be Asteria. We just talked about her, right? ASTRA, the Greek goddess of justice. Her name means star maiden, and she was the daughter of the Titans, the god of dust, and Eos, goddess of dawn. According to the Greek mythology, Azra was the last immortal to abandon Earth at the end of the Silver Age. It said Golden Age, gold and silver. She was so disgusted by the wickedness of humans that she buggered off the heavens and became Virgo. Just a minute. Assyria represents natural law, not the human concept of justice as found in Libra. She upholds the balance of the seasons and living in accordance with nature. So it's no surprise she's not a fan of humans who have an annoying tendency to ignorance consequences. This explains kinkers in a twist because somebody has put the spoons in the wrong place in the cluttery drawer. Virgo's myth. Virgo associated virgin goddess, often called the great goddess or the great harlot. We've already met some in Cancer myth, but here we focus on the fertility and grain goddess who create life. These goddesses can be virgins and mothers because their divine power comes directly from within themselves, not from the source or God. Grain goddesses of the harvest are often shown sitting on heaps of grain, like many sacred mounds, or they hold sprouting grains in their hands. They're also associated with healing and teaching mankind of civilization, things like literacy, mathematics, measurements, astronomy, and calendars, as well as making of beer and bread. Virgo is a sign of applied mathematics and practice because these skills are essential for astronomical observations and for organized society. An accurate calendar helps you to calculate when to accumulate seeds and when to harvest. And knowledge of plants and animals, husbandry, helps society to thrive. The grain god is also associated with the myth of the dying and the resurrecting god. Although this role may have originally belonged to the goddess herself, fertility is linked to the idea of death and rebirth, because when a seed is planted, it dies, releasing its energy so the plant can grow. At harvest, the plants are threshed and transformed in another alchemical act of death and resurrection. Virgo goddess included Isis, um, oh my goodness, Seshat. I cannot say her name. Goddess. Shemet. No, SES. Okay. Artemis, Artemis, and Demeter, Demeter, where we start in Mesopotamia. Virgo's midsummer. In Babylonian astrology, Virgo was called the Pharaoh, Furow, and representative of the grain goddess Shalia, holding the beer of barley. Babylonian star lore. Virgo should be seen as a combination of Purah and the Frond, which is the goddess Erua, holding a date palm because bread and dates were the staple diet of Babylonians. I just got me some plums today. However, these associations related to a time when Virgo was raising after the summer when the seeds were planted, rather than harvest in early times. It would have risen during the heat of summer and so would have been associated with ideas of death and renewal. Okay. Um, Iana and later Azatar is a fertility goddess who was known as the harlot. Remember as the whore of the whore of Babylon in the Bible of Christianity. She was worshipped in rites of secret prostitution, where a priestess would have ritual sex with the king in order to maintain the fertility of the land. Unlike today, these rituals weren't seen as degrading or shameful. Okay. Egypt, Virgo was symbolized by two figures: Isis holding a sistrum, Sistrum, with Set standing behind her. Isis was shown as a Set to the ancient Egyptians and was a goddess of fertility, magic, and motherhood. Set was responsible for killing Osiris, a husband of Isis, and the Istrom was a magic musical instrument that was shaken toward him off. After Set killed Osiris, Isis searched for his demeanor body in order to bring him back from the dead so she could conceive Horus. This meant links Virgo to the death and resurrection of Osiris, which was associated with fertility to the land. As the god of the underworld, Osiris is often shown with grain sprouting from his dead body. In the coffin text, he explains how this works. Neper means grain, and Gab means the earth. I am Osiris. I live and grow as Neper, whom the august gods bring forth, that I may cover Gab. Whether I be alive or dead, I am barley. I am not destroyed. Osiris can achieve this alchemic act without the intention of Isis. Some of her many EPITHETS includes Lady of Bread and Beer, Lady of Green Crops, and Goddess of Fertility of the Field. The alchemy of life coming from death is mirrored in making of beer and bread. The seeds can be digested unless they're cooked or fermented, so the grain must be killed and transformed into something edible. To the ancient Egyptians, bread and beer were more than just food. They were also seen as spiritual nourishments for the dead in the underworld. Okay. The bread and beer of Osiris would later become the bread and wine of the Christian Eucharis. Meanwhile, Shemesh was a god, Seshat. I can't say that. Was a goddess of wisdom, knowledge, and writing. It was okay. She was called Mistress of the House of Books and looked after the library and was thought wife and was involved in Maya. Yeah. And was involved in the stretching of the cord, ceremonies that laid the foundation for temples. Shemet was a scribe of the gods and recorded Pharaoh's name on the tree of life, as well as the number of his moral years and all his deeds. Later, she was linked with Thoth, the Egyptian equivalent to Hermes, Mercury, and demoted to being his wife or daughter. Okay. All righty then. Who I had next? I had Gemini next. Okay, let's go to Gemini. The myth of Gemini. The story behind Gemini. From the earth of Taurus springs the butterfly mind of Gemini. As a mutable air sign, Gemini provides the ability to know and understand reality. If Aries stands for the subject and Taurus stands for the object, then Gemini is a relationship between these two, the knower and the knowing, the known, giving rise to a third, knowledge itself. Gemini twins represent duality and communication, which can only happen when there are two. This is the first sign of the zodiac that has a human representation rather than an animal one. The Gemini symbol is two upright parallel lines joined at the top and bottom. So the duality of the sign also implies a unity. The twin pillars, Samson, twin pillars, right, are bound together, connecting heaven and earth. Suggests that the link between these worlds is to be found in the human mind. Gemini is ruled by Mercury and balanced in its search for information by the opposite sign of Sagittarius, which provides context and the meaning for the big pile of facts accumulated by the winged messenger. Let's dive into the pile and see what we can learn about the myths behind the twins. Gemini symbols of duality. The concept of twins in mythology goes back into the Paleolithic and Palaeolithic, and may be one of the earliest ideas we ever use in our stories. Duality is fundamental to reality, and the creation myths of ancient cultures reflect that truth. Many feature twin gods and goddesses as brothers and sisters who stand for the dual principle of the universe. Unity becomes duality, becomes many, all contained within one wholeness. This pattern is found in Egyptian, Sumerian, Babylonian, Akkadian, and Greek creation myths, but many also have a primordial pair of gods or goddesses to whom they trace their lineage. For example, the Nomenon, Nommon, are the ancestral spirits of the Dogon people in West Africa, consisting of four pairs of twins. I just want to see if that's the same people. Did I read that? Oh, shoot, I should have kept that paper in there. Judges. That's what I seen doggone people in Samson's story. Maybe not. So I see that. Okay. Sorry. Whoever listening, this is what I'm told to do, so I'm doing it. Mali and West Africa consisting of four pairs of twins. Something similar could have been going on at Gopakali Gatherer Temple in Turkey, dated to 9,500 BCE. Huge twin pillars stand in the center of each temple that may have represented ancestors or gods. The T-shaped pillars are abstracted, and stylish, but clearly anthropomorphic, and hands resting above the belt. A belt. Aside from ancestors or gods, the pillars may represent the dual principle of creation and perhaps a doorway between worlds. Maybe the tribal leader or shaman stood between the pillars to perform the rituals that would carry him or her through the gateway into the world of the ancestors. Twin pillars are a feature of later myths, such as pillars of Hercules, which stood at the entrance to the strike of Gibraltar, and the guard that passes into the unknown beyond. Masonic symbol of the twin pillars of Boaz and Jeshurun came also be seen on the high priestess tarot card, where the PAPES sits. Hold on, yeah. So, so on the high priestess card, yeah. I'm gonna read it. You probably already know that. Those who do know, but anyway, okay. Keep it coming. Life is coming. Okay. Where the sits an entrance to the sacred realm. Two pillars represent the opposite of creation and are sometimes shown with the third pillar that stands for the unification of those opposites. That union is found within the human heart and mind. Here it is. And two pillars right there, Boaz and Jachin. Joshin. Okay. Connecting, okay. And the unit is found within the heart and the mind, and the shaman standing between the pillars, containing heaven and earth. The figure of the shaman is reflected in Mercury, the ruler of Gemini. Mercury has a dual nature, and as Hermes was the only being who could go down into the underworld and return without paying a price. Hermes is a psychopomp and trickster. I say psychopimp. Okay. A guide to souls and bringer of inspiration. He is the god of crossroads and passageways, bridging the conscious and unconscious worlds. Hermes enters alchemy as Mercurius, the ambiguous and the unpredictable, dark light spirit that guides the opus, yet threatens always to destroy it. She is volatile, androgynous, both base matter and elixir, the carrier of every conceivable opposite, and is betrayed as the dark twin to Christ. Thus, Mercurius is the chatronic devil of the Son of God, who is born to the darkness of Mother Earth. Okay. Um, Hermes is the god of alchemy and magic, a transgressor of boundaries and an agent of chaos, but he also the means through which opposites are balanced, contained, and healed. Long before the Greeks imagined Hermes with his Caduceus, entwined by twin serpents. The goddess cults embodied the duality of life within one image, the goddess herself. During the age of Gemini, starting c. 6500 BCE, there was a great flowering of double-headed and twin goddesses. Check that out. But one of the oldest double goddess figure was found at Avdeevo in Russia. It was carved by mammoth hunters 20,000 BCE and shows two Venus figures back to back. shaped to fit together with one figure upside down. Perhaps the one facing down represents death, while the other stands for life. More twin goddesses figures were found at Catal, Catalhoyuk, 7,500 BCE, the agricultural town we discovered in the Taurus mythos. Some of the figures are like Siamese twins, while others show one woman with two heads. Many have bird-like features or marked patterns of chevrons, as seen on the bizarre disc-shaped figures found in Kultepe, Kultpe, dated to 3000 BCE. The twin heads look like mushrooms, but they reflect the local landscape of Capadocia with its fairy chimneys. The devil goddess figure represents the dual principle of life and death, the cycles of nature, and perhaps a light and a dark goddess contained within one. Later, these two-headed figures were split into two goddesses that represents the dual principle, still related but now separated. For example, the meter and what is that name? Perseon, Prspphone, were worshipped together as the two goddesses at Eleusis and stood for winter and spring, death and rebirth. We see a similar arrangement with the sisters Iana and Ereshkigal in summer, the light and the dark goddess who represents life and death. Iana undergoes a descent into her sister's realm and the underworld in order to renew the life force. This movement between realms is depicted in figure found in Mycanae that shows two queens with a young boy using interpretation as the two queens with the king, Solomon, right? It's similar to the two-headed disc, goddess above, and shows the child passing from one goddess to the other, moving from death into life. The woman stand at the gateway into the other world. In fact, there are gateway as goddesses and shamans, but also a mother. Another symbol related to the goddess cults is the double-headed axle, which symbolizes duality and unity in one, also called Labrys, from the Lydian word axe and the root of the word litereth. As a symbol of the goddess, is usually shown held by women in the art of Minoan religion, Minoan. The blades will often curve to resemble the crescent moon in its waxing and waning phase. So the double-head axle represents the marriage of opposites and the cycles of time within eternity. In Egypt, Iona astrology, the Gemini constellation was called the two stars, or Pimahi, which means the united. The Dentra zodiac depicts the sign as a man and a woman, symbolizing duality, but they're holding hands, so the opposites are unit. This idea is also found in the Sed festival, where the symbolic death and rebirth of Pharaoh was acted out in a shamanic ritual that included a document called The Secret of the Two Partners. Okay. Okay, we'll go ahead on to Aquarius. Aquarius, your God is not who you think. When astrologers went to understand the archetypes that underlie symbolized zodiac sign. They took to the mythological stories that centered around the deity that rules the sign. To understand Gemini, we took to Mercury, root of thought and ideals, wearer of the winged cap. To understand Libra, we took to Venus, goddess of love and beauty. Her nature as Chiron, temperous lover, and self-indulged helped us understand both Libra and Taurus, the two signs Venus rules. Clearly, Venus and Mercury were well identified by the ancients, and interpretations of their movements that worked thousands of years ago till work today. All the other bodies visible with the naked eye, Sun, Moon, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, were also clearly identified and associated with the right archetypal principles, and so their zodiac signs are well understood. But astrologers have had a challenge when it comes to Aquarius. This sign's ruling planet, Uranus, may have been misnamed. The deity Uranus is not, shut me off again, one that has much mythological tradition surrounding him. There are not many stories to look to in discovering the meaning of this sky god. We know he was father to Saturn and that Saturn overthrew him. We know he was primordial sky god, and that's about it. No long tales to tell, no intricated personality quirks. And the things we do know about Uranus only fit Aquarius marginally. It's occurred to one astrological thinker that there's a different deity whose stories and personalities do fit the qualities of Aquarius, and that would be Prometheus. The astrologer is Richard, somebody who discovered the line of thinking are detailed in the book Prometheus the Awakener. All of this gets me to my point, which is Aquarius, the myth of Aquarius of Uranus, do not have a lot to tell you about your own nature, but the myths of Prometheus do. Here is the story. Our tale begins in a time before humans beings existed, when the world was fresh, new and populated with gigantic gods and called titans. Prometheus was one of the titans. Animals had already been created and they were wonderful, but Prometheus wanted to make something better, so created man out of clay. He made man in shape of a god, which was rather arrogant of him and resulted in a man thinking a bit much of himself as well. By the time man was made, all the gifts of life, wings, feathers, speed, strength, fans, etc., had already been disputed among the animals, so that there was no special gift for man. Prometheus had an idea what to do about it, so he took himself to Mount Olympus and dwelling place of the gods and got some fire and gave that to man. This was incredible advantage over other creatures because man could keep himself warm, cook his food, and make tools using fire, and the other creatures couldn't do that. Fire gave man enough safety and leisure to cultivate arts and commerce. Here I could tell the story of Pandora, the first woman, but I've told it elsewhere, so I'll skip it over to now. According to Buer mythology, Prometheus is represented by the Greek and Roman poets as a friend to mankind, and Prometheus' gift was gained at a price. Jupiter, Jehovah to the Greeks, was angered at the theft of fire, and he, as the king of gods, punished Prometheus. Ego came and ate his liver from his still living body. Every day, an eagle came and ate his liver from his still living body. Every night, the liver grew back. So, this was an unending torment. Remember, they said that about hell. It'd be a never ending torment. So many stories. Prometheus, as a god and could not die, Prometheus was in passion of a secret about which of Jupiter's offspring would eventually overthrow him. Jupiter swore that Prometheus would be released if he would reveal the future usurper's name, Usurper apostrophe S. Prometheus refused and stubbornly endured his punishment. Prometheus' release eventually came through the action of Hercules and Chiron, but that is a different story. The tale of Prometheus contains a number of themes that connect with Aquarian temperament and marked him as the originator, planetary ruler of that temperament. Prometheus loves humans. The sign of Aquarius is well known for producing individuals who are people persons. Some Aquarians love humanity more as a concept and less in terms of one-on-one relating. But Aquarians are famous for standing up for human rights. Prometheus demonstrates a refusal to support monarchy, holding out instead for decentralizing power. This strongly parallels the Aquarian tendency towards political activism and democracy. Aquarians comes down solidly on the side of the people as opposite to Leo, its opposite sign in the zodiac, which represents monarchy and centralized power. The best illustration of this is that around the time of discovery of the planet, we all Uranus, which I'm arguing should be called Prometheus, with revolutions became happening as a phenomenon. I'm speaking of the French and American revolutions. The people joined together and rose up as one against an opposite monarch on two continents at the same time. These revolutions were soon followed by more revolutions in Russia, China, and elsewhere. Since the middle 1700s, revolutions exist as a thing in itself, as it never before used to. When Uranus was discovered, the revolutionary that lay hidden in the human's collective unconscious reared up and was activated. The theft of fire from the gods and the giving of fire with all its power to humanity was an act of rebellion on the part of Prometheus. He was a rebellious god stuck in his own ideas and doing his own thing. He was a trickster. In a similar vein, the planet Uranus brings out a quality of rebellion in people when it's strong in their charts. Uranium types tend to be rebellious, reactive, and strong minded. They sometimes enjoy rule breaking for its own sake. Fire itself represents insight, inspiration, and one central symbol for Aquarian is lightning. We speak of thoughts having the speed of lightning and ideas striking us like lightning. Though it is it's itself is the passing of electrical impulses in our brains, and it does happen at lightning's pace. Sudden insight and an overthrow of old thought structures is at the very heart of the archetype of Aquarius and is the source of famous Aquarian inventiveness. To live fully into one's sun sign is to sometimes necessarily to invite a God into one's life. Aquarius, your God, is above all things a rebel. A revolutionary, a paradigm shift, a rule breaker. Your God loves humanity, even when that's not a popular thing to do. Your God is willing to take the hit for humanity and endure great suffering and pain in order to take a stand for humanity's right to be just a little bit godlike. Your God gave us the gift of startling ideas and brilliance. He deserves the biggest temple you can build him. You can, okay, let's go. Okay. I never heard that story before. Pisces. Okay. I need to blow my nose. Okay. Get off of that. Oh, shut up. I'm trying to do a thing and put this food on. I'm still online. Really, I think this, I'm not gonna say, just understand what I'm saying. Being around is kind of like exhaustion to me. That's what they do to me. That's for her.
Possibly.
It's like, understanding is zero. You gave it a 10.
I want me to keep it. She didn't even want to pay me.
Oh, see what I'm saying?
So I'm paying you. I was like, yeah, I helped out. So I was just like, well, I keep the 10, you just give me the rest of it. And excuse me, I ain't gonna shirt on, it got hot.
Yeah.
So well, I'll just keep the 10 and you give me the rest of it. How about and you give me the rest of it? She was about 25, I don't know, girl.
Yeah, that's what she said.
And then she was like, how about you keep the 10, I just pay for your food, but she didn't pay for it, I pay for it myself because I could do it online. I did it online, only with card. So she said if I download jail, she'll send me the $12.97 from the burger I paid.
See, that's why nobody like to work with her. She act just like your dad. Nobody like to work with this. He like to keep that money. Anyway, y'all, sorry, my phone like. Sorry, but this is what they said, so I don't know who need to hear it, but it is what it is. It is, and you don't see that. Whatever, get a video, be here. I feel it come. I make this a little strong now. I think I added another herb. Still acting stupid. Pisces. We started Pisces. Okay. We reached the final post in the Pisces, immutable water. Pisces unites all previous experience to embrace the whole of life and complete the circle. Its transcendent vision marks the end of zodiac and the start of the new turn of the wheel. Pisces is a female sign ruled by Jupiter and Neptune and is balanced and complemented by the opposite sign of Virgo, ruled by Mercury. Immediately we have a problem, a profounding feminine sign ruled by two male gods. Something is amiss. But as we'll see, it comes down to the usual tale of patriarchy gods taken over from the early goddess cultures. This usurpation, usurpation, is also reflected in the symbols of Pisces. The graph represents two fish lying back to back and joined across the middle, reflecting the dual nature of the sign. Along with Pisces symbol includes dolphins, whales, and other sea mammals, and the dove. Non-animal symbols include wine and the vine, and the ICHTHYS, which was used by both the Christian or that I meant to show that it's symbol. I think I'm not saying Christian and the pagan cults, as well as some ancient cultures of prehistory. I don't think I got it on either one of these cards. That symbol, that's what they said, ICH, was adopted by early Christians as a secret sign of their faith, but the symbol predates Christianity. The word means fish in Greek and was later turned into a as acrostic, as ACROSTIC. And some in parentheses they have I period, CH period, TH period, U period, S period, which translate as Jesus Christ, Son of God, Savior. The symbol comes from the Vesican Pisca, VSICAPISCIS, which means bladder of a fish. This is derived from the intersection of two circles and represents the joining of two worlds, the divine and the human. The figure of Christ is an obvious example of their union. Both the symbol originally represents the great mother goddess. It stands for the yoni, the entrance to the womb, which is also the entrance to the afterlife or the spirit world. Pisces represents the waters from which life originated and has its roots in the same source as Cancer, the primordial mother, the goddess of chaos, who births all beings into existence and then receives them home into eternity. Okay. Let's dive into the ocean and swim with fishes. Pisces myths, prehistory. Up until recently, the earliest depiction of the Pisces constellation was on Egyptian coffin lid that dates to 2300 BC, but that has now been shattered with incredible discovery in India of petrographs that date to 10,000 BCE. Various images have been found carved into rocks at Ratnagiri, including this. Y'all can't even ever see it. It doesn't represent the constellation as seen in the sky, but it does show two fish back to back joined by a band or cord. There's another petrograph that looks remarkably like the constellation of Aquarius, including fish. You can read more about this implication of this find on Myths, Symbols, and Mysteries blog. Obviously, we didn't know that this symbol meant to the people who carved it, but the later Indus Valley civilization used fish to symbolize a divine source of life. Fish that resemble that word asserted, ICHTHYS, with little fins or wings can be seen on many Indus Valley seals. They appear to represent the soul of ancestors. Okay. Connecting the idea of fish with the afterlife and the gods. This connection is also found in Nomon, Nommon, the ancestors of the Dagon, again, Dagon, who we met briefly in Gemini myths. The Mamo were described as amphibious, fish-like creatures and were depicted with human bodies and a fish tail. They were the first beings to be created by the sky god Amma, AMMA, who sacrificed one of them and dismembered his body, scattering the parts around the world. Sound like a story about Seth and Osiris, don't it? Meanwhile, in Serbia, 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 statues and I said it right. Okay. Statues and figurines of river goddess have been found in a settlement called Limpinski VIR, dated between 9,500 and 6,000 BC. It's described as the first city in Europe which thrived on the banks of Danube River where the people fished. Really? The egg-shaped statue below is called Foremother and may represent a primeval, primarial, Primeval mother goddess dating to 7,000 BC. She has a fish-like mouth and stands half a meter high and was built into the stone floor of a house shrine. Pisces midsummer. The Babylonians represent the Pisces constellation as a bird and a fish connected with by a cord. The bird was known as the swallow and followed the line of the ecliptic while the fish swam upwards. Together they were known as the tails or the tail of swallow. The bird was known as the swallow and followed the line of the ecliptic while the fish swam upwards. Epileptic. Together they were known as the tails or the tail of the swallow. The fish was also identified with Anunitum, Anunitum, the lady of heaven, related to Ishtar, Ishtar, or Iana, Virgo side, and sometimes depicted as a mermaid. The curious inclusion of the bird comes from Syrian myth, although in this case the bird is a dove. The story goes that two fish found an egg in the Euphrates and pushed it into the land. A dove settled on the egg and it hatched, and out came Ishtar and Syria version of Ishtar. In another version, the goddess who emerged from the egg was Atargas, Atargatis. Atargas was a Syrian fish goddess of water and fertility and was also often depicted as a mermaid. Fish and doves were her sacred animals, and she had a son called Ichtsthys, who was also a fish. She was worshipped by aesthetic rites by priests, esoteric ECSTATIC rites RITS by priests who did violence to themselves, like biting or cutting their own arms. I remember something like that. I think they have a day of doing that in Mexico or somewhere. They also castrated themselves and dressed as women. I know they did that. Well, damn. The hell came over them? Oh, the Gemini when they cut off the woman's penis. Because it was both morphidites. Anyway, this coin shows Atargas, Atargastre. The second fish isn't shown, but would have been her son, Ichtsthys. The story was later adopted by the I'm sorry. Kept messing up. We'll just stop there. The story was later adopted by the Greeks, who turned Atargas and her son into Aphrodite and Eros. Aphrodite, whatever name, okay. Pisces myth, Greece. In Greece, the Pisces constellation was said to represent the two fishes known as Ichtsthys, who rescued Aphrodite and Eros. The goddess and her son dropped into the ocean to escape the monsters Python, who was ramaging around Mount Olympus. In a different version, they either disguised themselves as fish or were rescued by fish. But either way, they had the foresight to tie their tails together so they wouldn't become separated. Eventually, Zeus killed Typhon, and Aphrodite and Uranus returned to their original forms. Aphrodite put the ICHTHYES into the sky in gratitude for their help. Later on, the myth evolved again, and the ICH, that was I spell, were in re-imaged as Ephus and Bythus. The fish-tailed ITHTHYO ocean Taurus or sea centrists who brought Aphrodite to shore after she was born from sea foam. The ruler Pisces and Neptune for Rome are Poseidon and Greece. Neither of these gods are good representation of Pisces archetype, but there's an obvious reason. Poseidon was originally an earth fertile god and only later became associated with the sea. Oh, his other dominions included earthquakes, floods, droughts, and horses. Dolphins were his sacred animal, and he was depicted with a trident on a chariot pulled by two hippocamp horses with a fish tail. He is known as the husband of earth, in other words, the counsel of the mother goddess, which gives us a clue as to what happened. The Mycenaean inscriptions, Poseidon is sometimes referred to the female as Poseidia. This might indicate a consort, but he also had a wife called Amphitrite, who was the goddess of the sea. Hesiod described her as Nereid, but others said she was a personification of the saltwater ocean. She gave birth to the seas and dolphins and ruled the sea with Hermes until Zeus gave dominion of the sea to his brother Poseidon, and she was demoted to wife status. Hmm. I see this. Y'all been noticing the domination of the women. This volatile tablet dated shows her carrying a trident and the symbol of her power over the oceans. Nereidus are a type of Udine elementary beings or gnomes associated with water. These also include mermaids and nymphs and are usually female. The nymphs are sea nymphs who hang out with her and Poseidon. Nymphs are generally helpful to sailors, but other undines are less trustworthy. Nymphs are freshwater nymphs and can be dangerous thanks to jealous streak. They're bound to their local spring or river, so if it dries up, they die. Undines look humans but have a human soul, so to achieve immortality, they have to marry a human. This usually turns out badly for the helpless man because he dies if he's unfaithful. To stay with her undying lover means to embrace a watery death. Although she doesn't come from Greece, another sea goddess worth mentioning is Sedaya, Sedana, the unite mistress of sea creatures who lives in the underworld. She was thrown into the sea by her father, the creator god, because she was getting too big and kept eating everything, including one of his arms. She clung to the side of his kayak, but he cut her fingers, which became the seals, sea lions, and whales hunted by the unit, Inuit. Finally, we come to the best representation of the Pisces archetype, the Greek mythology. Dionysus, Dionys, or Bacchus, if you're Roman. She was the god of fertility, the vine and wine, got madness in the theater. Ecstacy. He was the son of Zeus and had a terrible time of it because Herod kept trying to kill him. He was dismembered several times but was always reborn. Eventually, Herod drove him mad and he wandered the world searching the art of wine making along with company of Status and some other people. Evidence of the worship of him has been found in the tablets from Messenia, Greece, 1300 BC. The text refers to him as Diwonuso and describes the gifts of honey given to the gods. Elsewhere, he's called, the word I just said, the liberator, which means he who gave men's minds wings. He transgressed the boundary between human and divine, women and men, and civilized and the wild. He was often depicted as the worship of the mystery, right? I'm tired of reading. Okay. As a redeemer who brought life and death, he has been linked with other gods, including Osiris and Christ. There's even a mosaic in Syria that shows he as a child sitting on the lap of Hermes with a halo like Christ. His cult was so popular that Jesus had to assure, I am the true vine, to convince people to leave the old rites behind. The meaning of Pisces. Pisces stands at the end of the cycle of air experience and absorbs all the previous signs into its embrace. It represents the end of the soul's journey into wholeness, where the seeds are planted for the next cycle. This openness to life makes Pisces difficult to pin down. It flows in shape shifts, following invisible currents in the waters of unconscious. The ocean of Pisces is collective unconscious and includes everything from transcendent to demonic. These Dionysian realm are paradoxical, creative and imaginative, as well as dark and destructive. After all, the god of both hysteric and savagery of mystics and murderers, but to deny the god was dangerous, as Penitus discovered when he was torn apart by his own mother in a frenzy. Being this close to the abyss when would make anyone nervous, and Pisces often tries to avoid a confrontation with the unconscious by retreating into the intellect. They may deny the spiritual and embrace materialism and rationalism, but the chaotic realm is still there, lurking in the unconscious, always threatening to overwhelm the order structure of life. The forces of unconscious are usually only dangerous when they're repressed or denied, but that doesn't mean you should blindly express every desire and rationalize impulse. There's reason that Greeks made Dionysus share a temple with Apollo at Delphi. Apollo is the sun god and represents rational thought and provides a necessary balance to him. But it also took the form of a dolphin, an animal associated with Pisces and Diphilus. So these gods appeared bound together like the two fish. Where one goes, the other is sure to go around somewhere. The two fish swim in opposite directions and represent the endless paradox of Pisces, the spiritual fish and the material fish, rational and irrational, victim and redeemer. The cord that binds them shows they can't be separated because they're independent. The opposites are two parts of one whole, so you have to honor both. Pisces is where the human and the divine intersects, and the challenge is to find a way to unite the opposite in a synthesis that includes us, transcends both. In other words, to be in the world but not of it. Pisces have, Gemini have a lot in common. Okay, last one. If I can find it. Mhm. The angels. Okay. Fallen angels withstood at the right hand of God, but after their devastating topple from grace, the Lord cast them out of heaven. Although fallen angels are often grouped together, they just like humans. Each have distinctive personalities. They inflict this. Oops, sorry, yeah. Um, they inflict dissimilar cruelties and have different hobbies. Some are into science or logic, others enjoy poetry and the arts. Fallen angels are even into astrology. It's easy to draw parallels between our human existence and eternal lives of fallen angels. Just as some demons seem fit to possess particular zodiac signs, forgot about that. Some fallen angels share more qualities with certain signs than others. You may just find you have more in common with a fallen angel than you think. Fallen angels to me. That's my perception. Okay, we're gonna start with Gemini. Geminis, you are Dantanian. Geminis are among the flightest sign of zodiac. Fittingly, they're represented by the twins. Since they're often pulled in multiple directions, no fallen angel understands this better than the name I just said, who appears to his summoners with multiple faces. Geminis are often double two-faced because of their indecision and occasional selfishness. So this many-faced angels associated with the sign is oddly logical. Once more, Dantanian carries a book in his hand. Geminis are known for being intellectuals who love to discuss whatever they're studying at that moment, even if this pursuit changes frequently. Okay. Then we have Virgo, Buer, Buer. Virgo is most logical sign, valuing order and practicality. That's why the fallen angel Buer represents Virgo as well. Buer teaches natural and moral philosophy, logic, and herbal medicine. He's also a talented healer. Virgo too are known for wanting to heal their friends' emotional and physical pain. Okay, now we go to Aquarius. Aquarius, Phenex. Phoenix. Aquarius is a rebel of the signs. They are known for their refusal to conform, as well as for their free spirited nature. Phoenix, the poet of hell, has similar eccentric, whatever. He's a wonderful singer with the voice of a Syrian, Siren. He recites poetry and loves science. Unlike many other demons, he wishes to return to the seventh throne. Phoenix's focus is humanitarian and artistic, much like that of Aquarians. Now we have Pisces, Puran. The 12th sign of zodiac, Pisces, often lives in a dream world. They have difficulty distinguishing reality from narratives they've concocted in their heads. Similarly, the fallen angel Purah can navigate two worlds. He's involved in a necromancy rituals that conquer those who have passed. bridging the underworld and the living world. Like Pisces, Purah is a little spacey. He is known as the Prince of Forgiveness and Oblivion. He's capable of effecting the same qualities on humans who conjure him. Really? All right, y'all. I know that was long, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and start it. Give me another thing up here. See what else they want to say. So, bitch, better have more money. Somebody owe you, or you owe somebody. I don't need no other body in our business. Okay. Let's see. What's up, Virgo, Pisces, Gemini, and Aquarius? Okay. That didn't work. Thank you. Okay. Let's see. So, Boaz and Jovan, dark and light. High priest reverse. Tower. Okay. So, choose. And we got the Page of Pentacles reverse. Okay. 2, 3. Okay. We got Page of Pentacles reverse, the Tower reverse, and the High Priestess reverse. And somebody is not using their intuition, not using their gifts, not understanding their light and dark side, not understanding your gifts, period, subconscious, conscious, your psyche, the whole 9 yards. The Tower, you're not changing. And the Page of Pentacles, reverse. But you're grown. Reverse is you're grown, right? Page of Pentacles, student, male or female, and you're not even studying to find this out. You're not meditating. Are you just doing your pleasures, y'all, for? Is that what that is? And y'all making people, pissing people off? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. We got strength reverse. Okay, this way would be to me like someone stroking you, whatever, or either you stroking others, like a balance. But this one is like you only want somebody to stroke you. Okay, let's see. Then we have half a house, childhood memories, 6 of cups, second deacon Scorpio. And that's making me think, that was Leo, that you're playing too much. You're staying happy. Second deacon Scorpio, Mars. Got kids. Some of y'all might still stay with mom, or dad, or your parents, or your girlfriends, or your boyfriends, okay? And like to me, I don't know, let's see. We got 7 of Pentacles reversed. Now, normally this is like looking back at the fruits of your labor, we working hard. Okay. Third deacon Taurus, Saturn. Work frustration, hard work needed to be done, either at work or a situation at hand. So getting off into it, making it work, getting off into your studies or whatever you're getting off into, you're meditating, you know what I'm saying? You're getting off into learning about life and being a grown up and taking care of your responsibilities, changing because it's transformation all the time, right? So either you working wisely, so you don't have to work hard. Okay. Look like you might not want to be frustrated. You don't want to work just anywhere. Okay, I understand that. You don't just want to work anywhere. Um, you don't want the frustration. You're tired of the rut, the working thing, the way everything's going. But you're not putting in the effort. And it's not for everybody, okay? This for whoever it resonate with. And I'm pretty sure they ain't want to hear it either. But let's see. Security helping hand, Ace of Cups, water signs. Okay, we got one water. Yeah. Oh, we might as well say Aquarius water as well as air, but it's also water. So divine is saying it's either agreeing with what I just said. It's just like, okay, you got security, and you stay with mom or you stay with somebody. You're not putting in a whole bunch of effort unless you're rich. And that's a whole nother story. Let's put it like that. Might didn't finish college, might didn't finish school, which is not a downfall. But like I tell the kids who don't want to go, what's your plan? Gotta have a plan. People who did not finish or did not anything had a plan. They didn't plan to stay on somebody, let somebody take care of them and run that person down. They had a plan to make sure that they would get where they needed to go to take care of themselves and on nobody and can live the lifestyle that they wanted. Now we have the Knight of Pentacles, Aries, Taurus, self-knowledge, visitors, message to share. Okay, now either you be on the phone too much gossiping. I could work, have a job, but it's not a meaningful job. It's something to get by. You just getting by. That's why somebody else said, bitch, gotta have my money. Now let's see. It might be somebody owe you some money too. Okay. Maybe they're not paying you for how you said work rendered or whatever you say that for your job, for the things that you're doing. You could be a writer. Maybe you're writing a story books or whatever, and it's not done. You're not getting the accolades for it yet. And you might be staying with somebody because of that till you get better on your feet, or any kind of hardship could have happened. Okay, that's understandable. But are you communicating? Okay, you got visitor message to share. Okay, so you're offering what you got. Okay, you're offering a little bit. I don't know if it's to the rent lady, person you're staying with. Okay, let's see if they taking that. Okay, now should get my food. Hold on. Like that. Yeah. So let's see if they're gonna take that. Okay. Okay. We got the magician. It's like starting from the bottom. Okay. You haven't created what you wanted yet. You're working on it. And this could be waiting on a check. This could be retirement. This could be all kind of ways. I don't know if medical is in the play either. Because we got the emperor coming reverse. So I don't know if this a somebody shrewd staying with you or you. Okay, the emperor. Emperor would be Aries or Libra reverse. Okay. Opposite. So either some rent person or the person you stand with, are you being sarcastic, smart mouth, um, talking noise, and you can't produce what you say, and they're kind of fed up with it. Yeah, you need to take the blinders off and see what's really going on. Okay. Now I don't know if somebody stole something from you. This look like groceries. Are you eating too much of mom them food and they complaining? They want you to go to work. Are you all girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever the deal is? You're not pulling your weight. You know, maybe something happened at the job or something you can't work or whatever, but you don't have to be a tyrant about it. Are they doing you? Whatever. But you don't have to be a tyrant about it. Okay, they need help. That's why they you can't leave right now. Okay. Probably can't do too many things. But I don't know if you want this could be you smoke too. It's weed, whatever. Some kind of habit. It's all these plants and growing. Okay. Some kind of habit, making something. It's like you don't beer, drinking. It's like you don't realize your potential. Are you scared? You know, are you scared of what you're gonna create? Are you scared it's gonna mess up? You trying to be too perfect? You doubting yourself? Are you being around people who make you doubt? Yeah, because look, that's a dream, knowing that the world is your oyster. It's reversed. Travel over land, surveying your kingdom. You don't have anywhere to stay. You staying with somebody, second deacon Aries, or the real person want their money. Okay. But you all in your head, high, drinking too much, talking noise, thinking people gotta take it. Because what, they love you? Somebody falling out of love with you. I think you're making them sick. Okay, you better be careful. You ain't married them either. Or they want a divorce. Wow. Oh man, you're being very deceptive. You know I could do that with the utmost quickness. You know, just said that y'all can do the utmost quickness. Riding, what you driving that person car, girlfriend or boyfriend car, what you might sell dope or something on the side that's good enough. If she allowed it, he allowed, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's between y'all, but it seemed like somebody frustrated. But you, if you do it to me, I'm just talking about me. First off, you steal some dope for my house. I'm not gonna mess with a dope man, period. I'm not gonna do it. That's put my life in danger. People don't know how to organize their crime, and you rest reckless with it and get me and my babies, or even just me by myself in a bunch of shit and have them cops filing me. No, you're not supposed to never have your family in shit. Selling from the house, you ain't supposed to never do none of that. You stupid if you selling from the house. Having people come up and down. There's police looking at y'all, rushing in. Somebody finna get busted. If you are you driving too fast? You road rage? You running from the cops or something? See somebody on the freeway the other day doing that from a constable. Or you eventually slow his ass down. Okay, you trying to finish something. I don't know, maybe that person stormed out and you trying to say what you got to say. We got the hangman all in your head. Getting stronger. You're not getting stronger. Or what you got? Okay, you could be sick. Okay. Could be doctors. Okay. Been in an accident, maybe. Okay, you might have to be staying somebody because of that as well. I don't see any nurses. I don't see any home care on this peace and harmony. Or maybe they offer, maybe you're getting a plan for home care, or could be facility. It could be, you could be maybe putting your mom or dad or somebody in a facility. This could be mom reverse instead of dad, or it could be a dad that's really cruel and mean, and y'all gonna put them in a facility. This can go so many ways, y'all. Okay. Look like somebody don't want to do something for themselves. They waiting on somebody else to do it. Too many reversals. Emperor's like, I got this shit. I might be down, but I'm finna get back up. You know what I'm saying? Emperor's an emperor. Prediction is sneaky as fuck. Bitch, you do it. I did for you. I gave you, or I took care of you. No, you probably know if you did, but it's still. Mm. I'm trying to shut my mouth. Please better have my what? All this stuff. Are you rushing to get your money from somebody who bought something for you? Or, you know, um, but it's some kind of deception going on. Okay. And this is Pisces. Somebody not helping that. And laying around look like playing the game. Because we got these dogs, we got these kids playing Fortnite or whatever. Okay. By the other person going to work, and that person ain't doing a whole lot either, because I don't see real strength right here on now one of these cards. Like I say, almost everything is reversed. Y'all not short, y'all not even in love really with each other. Probably want somebody else. Y'all there what? Y'all been knowing each other since childhood or school. Maybe I went to school together or college. Okay. Promises made, none fulfilled. What y'all giving up for? Y'all ain't dead. Might have some parental issues with parents or whatever, but keep it moving. Let's see. See, told y'all ain't happy. Y'all not happy, and not even kids. Come on, y'all. Somebody basically good news. Some coming out. Somebody pregnant. Congratulations. Oh, you somebody. You need to lose weight. You need to lose weight. And don't we work exercise together? Take the blindfolds off and look at the man in the mirror. Okay. Can't judge nobody else till you judge yourself. Y'all want a victory? Y'all want to stay lost? Okay, there goes somebody cold, abusive, demands respect. Now somebody coming in and saying what they want in their house. They tired of this. Y'all holding each other up. Seem like y'all probably karmic. That's what it look like. If this relationship or a job, maybe staying on a job too long, that's not paying you what you work, and you're creative, it could do so many things, very creative. It could do so many things. Living to your highest potential. No justice, just karma. The wheel ain't even turning. Just stagnant. Y'all just stuck. Y'all stuck. Playing. Playing house. Believe me, I know if you stay with somebody too long and it end up zero, they talk a good game and you don't move nowhere. You stay in that same spot over and over. Then when you decide to get up, they ain't help you. And here they come pretending like they really want to help, but really would just want to drag on you. Been there, done that. Been there, done that. Believe me, I have. You have to really make a decision. I had to stop and ask myself, I said, damn, why am I attracting the same type of people? Let me see what the hell I'm doing. Like Cat Williams said, what he said, you need to check your PSSY and see why you attracting a low vibe nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth. Or DICK, why are you attracting this? Is it you? You know what I'm saying? Are you too nice? Is it you? Period. Are you not opening your eyes to what's really going on? Are you staying blinded? Just settling? Okay, somebody traveling. Somebody dressed up, say they're going to look for a job or going to work, put on their uniform, or going to look for a job. Or maybe somebody finna go out of town. Let's see. Yeah, ain't no more passion in it. Y'all sick of each other. Are y'all just tearing each other down or what? You hate each other? That you gonna wait till tear the other person down? That what's going on? Yeah. It's greedy. You don't want the other one to come up. They don't want you to come up. Or you just, what you feel like that person ruined your life? It is your life. You know what I'm saying? So how you gonna let somebody ruin your life? And the star is hopeful. You in charge of your own life. That means you create what you want, right? Can't blame it on the other person. Some people just sitting around just waiting for that other person. You know, I have seen people, they won't give you nothing but crumbs. Knowing things that need to be done, really need to be paid bills, you trying to struggle. They start giving you crumbs. Everything piling up. And they still will sit there and not help you. What the fuck? Somebody gotta go. What you can go back to mama house, daddy house, and you just gonna watch me just keep falling. And then when I get back up, here you come running again. That's what I say. You gotta check yourself then. It ain't about nobody but you then. You gotta check you. Cause I don't care if the nigga threaten you or whatever. Why you can't threaten? I never understood if I know somebody I'm talking to is threatening me. First thing I know is I better have a weapon. Period. I'm watching my back on you. Period. Okay? Might not even sleep in a bed with you no more. If I am, I'm not going to sleep because I'm watching you. And if you put your hands on me, you better not go to sleep. Oh, they'll tell you about me. I ain't had, okay, once my husband, when I was leaving, he didn't come back home that night. I was pregnant. So he called himself pushing me. Baby, if they didn't have a 40-ounce bottle bill on that ground and a brick. Okay. And I'm pregnant. Who ran from who? I ain't having to do none of that. Because even if you come and talk to me and I'm in the kitchen, I got a knife in my hand. I'm not finna not have none. I'm not finna wait around for you to kill me. And you didn't already threaten me or I feel it. Shit, I'm gonna get you first before you get me. Shit. Look at that. I'm gonna stay out beat up and still having sex and still giving you food. And your bitch ass and did all that. Ain't nothing wrong with you. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Both of us gonna be looking like some damn food. I remember this couple of Leos. Shit, every weekend they both had good jobs. She was an RN. They would tear the house down from Friday to Sunday. Both of them be Monday morning. He got a black eye. She got a black eye. He limping a little bit. She limping a little bit. They got towed down, sloppy drunk. But Monday morning, both of them was messed up, not just one. Went to work with like nothing was wrong. Till they find, I think one passed away or something like that. I can't remember. Look at this. Y'all not celebrating. Y'all not going to do nothing together. You're not going on dates together, walks, parks, nothing unless it's forced, unless it's spending each other's money or something. So it look like somebody, parents in the mix. Yeah. Somebody finna be out in the cold. No King of Cups. But he's still sitting pretty. I'm the king of my castle. Okay, let's see. Okay, here comes some money. I was saying about family though. I can go to mama house. I ain't gotta stay at my mama house. Or I can go to my daddy house. I can go to my mom. Leaving the person with everything. Oh, you probably got money that stays. I done seen that too. Stay with somebody and save all their money, giving the guy crumbs. And had that person finna get kicked out and they leave and got a bunch of money saved and go ahead get somebody else or move back home or move somewhere else and have that person out. Guess what happened to that person? Guess what happened to that person? They died. They got killed. You can't do people like that. What world you think you live in? Okay? What world do you think you live in? You can't be doing people like that. The creator's ain't gonna let you do that. Yeah, see what I'm saying? Gotta move and see the person move and but you finna fly, you finna go back to work, you finna leave that person abandoned. Say you dope, go to another girl house, probably got a lot of girlfriends or whatever. This is reverse, but it's like, who knows? When you fill out your call, whatever, you finna be gone. You got somebody already waiting anyway. What other card I had straight up with it? Let's see. What other card was straight up? We got him. Oh shit. We having a man on men thing. Okay, I don't care if this same set. You don't do nobody like that. You don't just live off of people because you think you can. Think you look a little good. Yeah, that person care about you, but damn, do something. Got to start. That's a woman. Okay. We got the Emperor and the Libra. Both reverse. Karma on your ass. And the Taurus. You got one woman in the mix. You got a bunch of men. One Libra down. The Pisces down. So somebody want this Aquarius. Damn, and you live with somebody else. That's cold. And you do anything for her. You'll stop third party. That's where you taking your money? Damn, that's cold blooded. Somebody lost their apartment or house. They gotta move. They're the moving truck. Somebody finna go on a flight. That's some cold shit there. Stab all in the back. I bet you wouldn't be me. So I paid my own. I stayed by myself. When I did stay with people, baby, please. Now you gonna do what you gotta do, or we ain't staying together. Period. Shit, you ain't finna force me to do a damn thing, or either we go half, or we do nothing at all. Shit, they try to convince. Oh, she got all them babies. You shouldn't be paying no rent. You shouldn't be paying nothing. Shit, in what world that is? You know, I had a bunch of babies when you met me. Shit, I don't know that bullshit people be telling people. I don't play that. I ain't need nobody who's hounding me down. I ain't give a fuck. I had my own play. I was taking care of me and mine. Time I used to roll a basket down the street. Yeah, the street. Yeah, I did. I worked, had 3 cars. When I felt like rolling a basket, keep my gas money, working at night, make sure I take my kids. They had their snacks, everything they needed. I did what the hell I wanted to do. If I wanted to pick up cans, and then they had the bottles where they had like you can get free candies, and I would go to Kroger's and they would be in the bakery part and they would have them cookies, make sure they had treats, because I had bills to pay, car notes, whatever. Shit. Here you come, sorry ass, want to have to drive one of my car. See, that's why, baby. No. But somebody coming to straighten this out. And who ain't ever doing what they supposed to do? Test is on. It's been tested. You ain't marrying that person, go and marry who you want. Okay. Leave that person alone. Or you stay and marry that person, y'all straighten it out. Let's straighten it out. Or either just leave them alone. Oh, sneaking out on them. Okay. You swirl the palm of your hand. You feel you been sneaking out. They see you. Okay. Who you? Victory is yours. Victory, but that person gonna have victory too. The creators got them. Whoever on whatever side, bitch better have my money. They might end up winning the lottery. You know what I'm saying? Or inheritance they don't know about. And here your little funk ass coming back, trying to sneak back in. I'll shoot at your ass. See, that's why I'm by myself. That's why I'm by myself. See. Still ain't got no money coming in somebody's face and ain't working when you want. Just thinking you all shit, working when you want to a job you can show off and shit. Bitch better have my money. The world in the palm of your hand, Booker. All kind of opportunities out there. No sense in complaining about the white man and where the world is. We already know all that. It's up to you. How you gonna run this world? You as a fallen God, a fallen angel, just like everybody else. Are you gonna trick or be the trickster? Which one you gonna do? Truth be told, because somebody tired. Somebody tired. They on the defense. They don't want to be no fool no more. Tired of using their car. Dope people coming to the house or whatever. That's all you want to do. Smoke up some and not even sell dope. Not even do that. Go out in the street and do that. Don't bring that shit back to your house. You don't even want to hustle. Waiting on something else. Ain't fun no more. Little jokes ain't fun no more. You ain't bring shit in. They tired of that shit. They got another pinnacle. Bitch better have my money. Just waiting on mama and them to bring you some money, huh? And stashing your money. You stashing your shit. Because you really want somebody else. You impressing this little young girl or somebody else, or whatever, guy, whatever. Yeah, left that person with all them damn burdens and shit. Somebody going to the hospital. I don't know if it's a parent or somebody. I don't know if somebody finna get shot or somebody get hurt, but I pray for y'all. Rebuke that. I hope y'all can work that out. With somebody leveling up, okay, or somebody getting better if they were sickly, or somebody getting their mind right. Yeah, there it is. Sleepless nights. Okay, Need to get some rest. Are they getting rest? They can't get no rest, but you out, they gonna get rest. They out of that hermit mode. Did you get a job or working on a relationship or giving them some money that you made? Somebody don't want it no more. Ooh, they just want you out. That could be man, woman. I don't know who I'm talking to, whoever it is, but bitch better have my money. Shit, everybody's smart. Everybody got a talent. Everybody can do some stuff. So many things. If you think you look too good and pretty, okay, go and make some money modeling or selling women's clothes or selling men's clothes. Do something. You know what I'm saying? And bring back home to your people, your family. You say you love. You don't love them? Go ahead. Look at that. And who was the snake? Virgo, serpent, Kundalini, symbol of the unity of the opposites, connected with the sacred, geometric, smart as fuck, feminine, divine feminine, in the form of the uni. Okay. Hey, I'm not gonna say, hey, gotta pay the rent, lady. So I was trying to turn around. Just saying. Gotta use that one. Get on your right path. Somebody mad. No money coming in, no business plan. Somebody loyal, somebody pregnant too. Somebody finna go. That might be somebody finna have that baby. Somebody finna have that baby. Ambulance coming or something. Hope y'all wasn't fighting. I ain't seen no fighting yet. I see somebody stressed out. That could hurt the baby too. Creator bless y'all. Keep the faith. If you do love the person, but I don't see no heart yet. I see it all. That star twice. Somebody in love with the Aquarius, not who they with. Punishing somebody else or the Aquarius punishment while they where they at. Something going on. They don't want to go through these obstacles no more. Or this could be you and the landlord. I don't know. There go the moon again. Keeping the secrets. Been revealed though. Still don't see the heart. Finally seen the heart. And I had to pick that out the deck. The ancestors see too. And that person ancestors too. We have ancestors twice. Right? I don't know if it's a sick relative or something. Or somebody going to hospital, or somebody to go to nursing home, or somebody take care of. That could be there too. Or somebody work at a nursing home. I don't know, y'all. Child, please stop doing people like that. That is so disrespectful. You don't love the person, leave them alone, man. Moon again, want me to choose that. Man. Cancer, Scorpio, all in your feelings. Drinking, thinking, balance. God. This 14, 15, 16, 13. Oh, the alchemist. See, it was a verse before. Was somebody got up and went got a job or helping out or something. Temperance, regeneration. To conserve thy forces, not to works, but in order to wear out obstacles as water falleth drip by drip, wears away the hardest stone. A well-formulated plan of action followed perseveringly will rise thee by degrees to the heights thou wouldest attain. Do something, y'all. Ugh. Got moon reverse, Cancer reverse. So that's what Capricorn opposite. I don't know. That's all I be thinking sometimes. But let's see. The moon 18. False friends and foes. Deception. You don't need nobody to do all that. Y'all deception yourself. You don't need nobody. Y'all the tricksters. Shit. Use that for everything. Got gangsters, government, people who owns. I mean, they look what they doing. The elite. I mean, come on now. You can't think like them. They doing the same damn thing, but they using their head. Where am I? 18. That whosoever braves the unknown, thus. Where was that? Oh, somebody mad what I said. What you want me to do? Oh, y'all telling my food. Oh, thank y'all. Thank you, people. Thank you, people. Thank you. That was sweet. Thank you. Jayla, food ready. Oh, that was sweet. That was really sweet. I don't know if it's a little fairies or whatever, but whatever. Okay. Stop that. Hostile figure, the black dog, will surround thee with ambushes. Friendly furrow minds will offer him flatteries. Treacherous minds, like unto the scorpion, will plan to attend their ends to his ruin. Observe and listen, but know how to be silent. So I don't know if y'all doing it to each other, but say Taurus. So I don't know if that's the police going trickster. Maybe you selling, or they know a constable or something, a mean constable, a judge, or I don't know, something about jail or mean judge, mean lawyer. I don't know. Something going on. Yeah. Okay. You go judge, whatever. That's the whole thing. The police, all of it. I don't know if it's gonna go in y'all favor. Got devil Taurus. Yeah, gonna be some sharp words. Y'all better not say nothing back. In person, whatever. Don't be cussing people out. Sickness, news of sickness. Are they sick of y'all? Or it could be a relative, like I said. Sorry, I mean no harm, but just saying. Horsemen of coins. The notes thoughts relating to health or money. Where I told you, vote right way up. They tend to the prosperity of the client. So some might be coming through. Gonna help y'all, or either have to move around. But I'm gonna end this. Do this little right here. Wish y'all some good luck on this. Hell, y'all the ones that made this world, especially America. Y'all the main signs: Gemini, Virgo, Pisces, and Aquarius. Shit, a smile is contagious. Yeah, shit, get together, be breathing in the mud. Time for new choices. You're very skilled. Seesaw, we said that on, was it Pisces? Starting back at 1, 2, 3, start over. Y'all, like I said, that's not where you want to be. It's your world too. Leave. Okay, time for me to go. And what? Pat yourself on the back. You know? Don't hold grudges. I am very powerful, confident. Okay. Let's just say you are a king and a queen. Maybe I forgot who y'all were. Life beat you down, something. Maybe childhood issues. That's who you are. Let none know you don't care what's going on. If he is getting kicked out, you that whatever. Get strong, find somewhere else if you have to stay in your car or whatever. Plenty of people did and they billionaires, millionaires now. Take your time, learn yourself. Like I say, or maybe just falling out of love. You're strong. Maybe I didn't really know each other. Get to know each other. But if you want somebody else, go get somebody else. Don't do that. Don't keep that person because that other person don't want you. That's wrong. You holding your life up, not just that person. Find a way to keep loving your family. Boom. Okay. Yours hidden. Your hidden treasure. Yours hidden treasure. Find it. Jewels. Okay. You're fun. Okay. Well, that's what I have, y'all. Hope it resonates some type of way. I know it's gonna be long. That's what we want me to tell y'all. And whoever needed it, needed it. Who didn't, who didn't. Whatever it may be. All right. Love y'all. This is your Ruth signing off. Like, subscribe, share, and comment. I really appreciate it. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye bye.